Hello everyone, my name is Asmogan and welcome back to the channel, and don't worry, I'm not going full commentary channel here. I'm gonna save conversations about dumb stuff like this, mainly for the GT podcast with me and Ludus, because it's a lot more fun to bounce this stuff off of him and, get his perspective and kind of have a conversation about these things. But I wanted to talk about this, and I might make videos like this when I see something that I think is important to talk about occurs. But without further ado, this topic that I want to talk about, and this just happened, is Asmongold was called an asshole by a Blizzard dev. Already I have some problems with that, but the full context of this makes it, in my opinion, worth a video. Now, to give a full breakdown, and I want to let about 2 minutes of Asmongold's video play here. A little bit less than that. The whole video I recommend everybody go check out, and I'm going to repeat some things that you'll hear every commentary video that should always say. Don't go and harass these people. Don't. Because all you're going to do is going to be just as bad as the crazy SJWs we all find annoying as hell. You're just doing exactly what they do. If you go and harass them, you go and bother them, you go and try and get them banned off their platforms, go and try and get them in trouble. Don't do that. All you do is you prove you're just as bad as them, and you make them a martyr to the fake causes that they fight for. And let's be honest, these people are fake. These people, all they want to do is bully people without being called bullies. That's all this person is. I'm not even going to give them much credit. Just so you know, the original... now again, I'm going to focus on the dev, or I guess in this case, lead product manager's statement here. But just so you know the quality of the person who made this original post. 31 far-left, anti-fascist, techno-anarchist, shitposter, Twitch affiliate, rural but people-friendly. I would take the people-friendly out of there, considering everything you said before that tells me you're the opposite of people-friendly. Furry. Yep. Hashtag actually autistic and a gender expert. I don't think anything more needs to be said other than this person's opinions probably matter about as much as the shit I find in my boot when I, go and clean out the horse stalls. But they tweeted out, I want to make something very, very clear. Asmongold's kind of hatred and rudeness. Have you ever owned a mirror in your life? Is not welcome in Final Fantasy XIV. It's the responsibility of every decent player, decent by your standards, not by actual human standards, decent player to overwhelmingly report every single incident of it and make sure he's run off. So gatekeeping. I'm pretty sure most of the people on your side of the aisle, so to speak, are highly against gatekeeping until it benefits you, of course. Gatekeeping is wrong until it's your kind of gatekeeping. Right? And make sure he's run off quickly. Do not give him or his fanboys room. So because this person has a misplaced personal vendetta and has nothing else better to do in their life than harass somebody online and gatekeep a video game, which nobody else that I've seen, and especially in the comment section of Asmongold's video here, seems to agree. And I'm a Final Fantasy XIV player myself. And guess what? I welcome Asmongold full on. I'm a WoW refugee myself. I gave up on WoW completely recently. And I've been having a ton of fun with Final Fantasy XIV Online. Now, it's got some of the same problems, in my opinion. It's not perfect. But it's way better of a game, in my opinion. It's way better of an MMORPG, if not just an RPG, than WoW is. WoW has completely lost me. Completely dry. That's my opinion. If you're still enjoying WoW, great to hear. I hope you continue to enjoy it. I don't want anyone to be miserable playing a game, but I was, so I left WoW. The point is, I, as a Final Fantasy XIV player online, do not agree with you whatsoever. Because I'm not going to gatekeep the game because people have opinions that I don't like. And listen, I don't agree with everything Asmongold says all the damn time, and I'm not even a really super big fanboy of his. But he is done. But what is undeniable that Asmongold is an honest man. Brutally sometimes. And I respect him for that. In my years of being a WoW player, I have watched many clips on YouTube of his takes on certain things. I agree with some, I disagree with others. But just because I disagree with the odd statement that he makes, or the odd opinion he has here and there that I just don't align with, I don't think at all it's reasonable to gatekeep. And that's right, you intentionally avoided using that word because I'm sure you're on the aisle of things that calls people out when they gatekeep other communities. But when you do it, oh, it's not gatekeeping. You're just fighting the good fight, right? Well, anyway, that trash heap of a human being aside, they're dime a dozen on Twitter. In fact, they find a home on Twitter. That person aside, I would not make a video if it was just about this person. Because honestly, like I said, they're a dime a dozen. They're one out of the throng of trash human beings that are on Twitter that are complete hypocrites and have absolutely no valid opinions or takes, and they fight for a non-existent cause. They're a dime a dozen, not even worth making a video about. The problem here is, and as Asmongold himself is going to bring up in the 2-minute clip I want to show, and again, I want you guys to go watch the full video, and again, if you guys find out who this person is, don't harass them. Okay, you just prove yourself as bad as they are if you go and harass this person. Let them stew in their own shitty headspace, because that's why people like this bully other people online. And let's not split hairs here. This is a bully. This is the kind of person who says they're not a bully because they have convinced themselves that the people they're harassing and that they're bullying and that they're mistreating as evil. So they're justified in their shitty behavior. They will never admit they're a bully because that has a negative connotation. But that's what they are. They are factually a bully. And a trash human being. So them aside. The developer, or in this case, the lead product manager at Blizzard, you know, the company, the studio that produces World of Warcraft, Asmongold's bread and butter for years now, referred to him and responded to this trash human being's tweet as, "That guy is an asshole," and signal boosted their tweet. That is wrong on so many levels. First of all, I just want to point out the disrespect. And by the way, I'm not censoring this guy's name, Adam Holsky. The disrespect to a man who has been one of the most avid supporters of WoW. Despite all the garbage World of Warcraft has spewed out over the years, terrible expansions, boring or jumping the shark storylines, and terrible design decisions, especially with endgame material, Asmongold has never once given up on the game. He's criticized it to no end, but he's always been honest about his feelings. When he likes something about the game, he says, "I love this." When he hates something, he says, "I despise this." But he stood by the game for years. I don't think Asmongold's ever quit WoW at any point. He still hasn't. So a man who is one of the pinnacles, pinnacles in a certain light of the WoW community, a faithful player of the game, and definitely one who brings avid attention to the game constantly, who gives people something to do in the game with his transmog competitions, you refer to as an asshole. Let me ask everybody who watches this video honestly this question. Let's say I produce a beverage. Let's say I'm a company. I'm an employee of a company that produces a beverage. And let's say that one of the people who is, after decades of me and the company I work for producing this drink, constantly writes honest reviews about it, says when it's shit, says when a certain flavor didn't end well, but constantly praises the old stuff, constantly says how the core of what makes this drink taste good. Let's say an avid customer like that is out there. And let's say while wearing my employee uniform, because let's make this clear, this is not their personal Twitter. When you put in your bio, lead product manager, blah, blah, blah. When you put your position in your bio and Twitter gives you that little check mark, guess what? You are now an avid representative of that company because you have labeled yourself on that account as a representative of that company. If it's your personal account, this shit should not be here. None of this should be there. So because it is, you are essentially doing the equivalent of wearing your company's uniform while going out getting in the face of somebody who's been an avid supporter and an honest critiquer of your material and of your beverage in this case, and you look him in the eye and you say, yeah, this guy's a fucking asshole. Or you shit talk him on the news and say, yeah, we have an avid reviewer. He's an absolute fuckhead. And then when somebody admits to harassing him in another, let's say, review board about another drink company, and you talk about, you signal boost how that person admits to stalking and harassing him and encouraging others to do the same, how do you think that makes the company you look for look? How would you say that makes them look? Look good? No. And also just the disrespect. It's just, this has really been lost over the years, but the respect of the consumer, it's just lost. The producers of video games in particular, so many devs go online and just trash talk people. On accounts that specifically label themselves with a check mark and all this dumb shit. It's the same thing as wearing the company's fucking uniform. The disrespect for the consumer has got to stop. And we got to stop just shrugging it off. It's honestly disgusting to me that so many people see stuff like this, see developers and see company representatives like this act this way and just shrug. Now listen, I don't want Adam Holsky fired. I don't, honestly. You should not be fired for just in a single tweet and a single opinion online, especially if you've been loyal to the company as an employee. But I do think you owe someone like this owes Asmongold an apology. And this goes for anyone. Now, whether you're developing a video game, whether you're developing a t-shirt, I don't care. When you disrespect a loyal customer like this, you should owe them an apology. And yes, sometimes there should be consequences. If this guy was fired, I wouldn't feel negative about it. Again, don't think he should be. But this is ridiculous behavior. It's unprofessional. And this kind of leads into a video I produced the other day where I was just a clip from one of my streams talking about the difference between developers back in the day and now. Developers back in the day were professional, respectful, and they spoke on the level of their consumer. Because they were on the level. They understood that there's the difference between them and the consumer is a single line of the no and the not no. I am in the know because I'm a developer. I'm producing this. So I know some of the stuff in the background that these people won't know. But other than that, personally, I'm on the same goddamn level as these people. I'm a consumer of other products, and I don't want to be treated like garbage by the stuff that I consume from the people who produce what I consume. It's a level of basic professionalism and respect. And people nowadays, developers in particular, are completely losing that. And it's disgusting and disgraceful. Show respect to your consumers because guess what? You're consuming a product yourself at some point. Can you imagine if the producers of that thing you consume got in your face or talked about you the same way that this Adam Holsky talked about Asmongold? Said, yeah, he's just an asshole. It's disrespectful and should not happen. It's unprofessional at the least. But I'm going to end this video off by letting Asmongold, in this 2-minute segment, say his piece. And again, check out the whole video because it's a very good video about the whole topic. Anyway, let's play it.
The thing is, like, listen, I've always said this before, right? It's like, I'm sure there's a lot of people at Blizzard that don't like me. It makes sense that they don't like me because, I mean, I talk and I criticize their game a lot. I'm very outspoken, and I think really one of the big reasons why they don't like me is the fact that I'm not politically correct. I represent all of the negative stereotypes that Blizzard likes to pretend like they don't have, and that's really the truth, right? Like, I am bad PR for them, and if you go and you look at these people's Twitter, so like this guy, so he was responding to a tweet. This is actually really kind of funny. I'm not going to pull the tweet up because nobody needs to see who it is, but just think about it like this. I would read you the Twitter bio, but I can go ahead and just paraphrase it for you. 31-year-old anti-fascist furry that is a gender expert. Okay, so this is the kind of person that we're dealing with here. These are the and the best thing about this is that these are the people who like to they like to put themselves out there as if they are the most ethical and the best people possible. These are the people who like to tell other people how to act and how to interact with each other. These people have no friends. They don't know anybody in real life. They spend their entire lives on the internet. And the original tweet was telling people to follow me around in the game and spam report me to get me banned off of Final Fantasy. So whenever a Blizzard employee responds to that and signal boosts that to any degree, I'm going to resent that to an extent. I definitely am.
As you should.
But it's not because he called...
As you should. I'll let it play for another second.
...me an asshole. It's because he's promoting somebody who is literally trying to organize harassment against me. Like, that's really what it is. That should not happen.
Then that should not happen. That should not fucking happen. Learn respect. Especially from your consumer. Because guess what? Their respect is earned the moment they consume your product. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. I'm curious to see if I'm off base here by a margin. But I think I'm completely on base here. I stand by what I've said. This is completely wrong. In every way. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Bye. Remember to leave a like and subscribe.